Yo guys, what's going on? It's your boy ToonGaming here and welcome back to the channel. Right guys, so today is your second episode on your basic editing video guide. Now guys, if you missed my first video, then do not worry. I'm going to put the link up just here for you, so make sure you go and click it and watch that. I highly advise you watch that before moving on to this section. So guys, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you how you can use text effectively and the use of graphics using the chroma key filter. These are definitely elements that you're going to want to learn because they're just going to make your videos stand out much more. Right guys, let's get straight into the videos. Guys, if you find this video helpful today, make sure you leave it a like and make sure you smash that subscribe button for your boy. Alright guys, see look, graphics, chroma key, that's what we're doing today. Let's get it. Yo guys, and welcome back to your second part of your basic editing guide. Right, so today guys, we're going to be looking at how we can use text efficiently on our footage, and we're also going to be trying to add some graphics into our footage using the color chroma key. Okay, right guys, so using text on clips. Now the first thing I want to mention out here is like, you don't always have to use text on clips. Sometimes you might have a piece of content that works just fine without having text on it, and that's cool and it works. But sometimes you can add text just to make that content more funnier or more punchy. It's usually like when there's a piece of dialogue that's interesting that you can follow with text. So yeah, I'm going to teach you guys how you can basically do that today. So guys, if you're in Shotcut, you have a clip that you want to use text on, for example, make sure you just load it all in, get it all imported, and then get your clip onto your timeline. Guys, if you haven't seen the first video, we explain how we can do all of that, so it should be file up here somewhere. Just make sure you watch that video before. Okay, so once you've got your clip on your timeline, you want to navigate to the area where the dialogue's going to kick in. Now, if I remember correctly, I killed this guy and I think I say something here. Stupid ass bitch. Yeah, so I say stupid ass bitch. So what I want to do is I want to make sure I can add text that flies in or just appears on the screen as I'm saying those words. So guys, this is how we're going to achieve that. All right, so what we want to do is we want to navigate on our clip and we're going to find when that dialogue's just about to start. So you can either play it through and try and pause it just before, but what I like to do is I like to just open up this magnifying tool and just have a look at the audio levels. So this is like your audio levels, and you can kind of like see where you're going to say something and where it's quiet. So you can scrub through, and I know that this little increase in the audio is where I'm about to speak. So I'm going to make a split there. Okay, and what we want to do is we want to make a split on the opening of the first word, and then we want to make a split on the out of the first word. So after I say stupid, that's where I want to click out. So I can play it, like pause it, stupid. So just about here, drag that back, there we go. So that first clip that we've literally isolated is where I say stupid. And now what we're going to do is we're going to apply the text filter onto this and show how we can get the text to just be in the center of the screen, etc. So let me show you how you do that. Right guys, so make sure that the timeline is on that clip and the clip is selected. At the top here, we're going to go to filters and click the plus sign, and we're going to type in text, and here it says text simple. Okay, and this is what it looks like when it first comes up. You've got like a time code that's on the screen, but we're just going to get rid of this here time code, and we're going to write what we say basically. So was it like stupid? Okay, now fonts. I mean, there's many fonts. You can find fonts online. I'm going to leave an actual link in the description of this video of a cool website where you can find really nice fonts, and it's quick and easy to download. So in this case, I'll use Zoomy. I like Zoomy. Whack OK, and as you can see, we have stupid right on the screen. Right, so you're now thinking like, oh, this is quite big, and how do we scale it down? How do we move it and stuff? So the first thing I want to point out is there's a little toggle button here that says use font size, because at the moment this is like the default size that is going to be presented you with. So if you want to use an actual size of the font, so when we was changing the font, we had font sizes here. This is how we can enable to use this figure, put it that way. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this font size to maybe 200. We'll click OK, and then we're going to whack this button here to tick it. And there you go, it's scaled it down to 200. Now guys, we're going to want to move this to the center of the screen. And how we do that, just in the middle, you'll see like a circle, sort of gray circle icon here. If you click and hold that, that's going to allow you to maneuver the text around. So we'll move it to where we feel middle is, or where we would like it to be. Some people might want it up here. However you want it, we can move it. But I'm going to whack it just there. I like my text to pop in the middle of the screen. And then, yeah, it's in the middle of the screen. All right, so we can also change like things here, like the color. So if you want a specific color, whether it's blue or... And I think what color is good for sometimes if you've got a clip that you have 2 people or even 3 people talking, you can isolate each person with a color. So I could be blue and my teammate could be green. So when people are watching the video, they can separate who's been talking, if that makes sense. So it's a nice way to separate text on who's speaking. You got the outline here. So at the moment we've got a little black outline. I do like that. If you want to change the color, guys, feel free to play around with this. This is your video, how you want it to look. You go for it, guys. Awesome. So now we have our stupid coming up, and we just want to see what it looks like. So we can click off here, press the space bar, and play our video. Stupid ass. So stupid comes up. Now obviously the next part is we have to sort of repeat the process on the second word, which was ass. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna scrub again. We can scale in again and play it through and stop it where the ass finishes. So just about here. And we're gonna make another split. So what we've done now is we've now made a new segment on our timeline, and we're gonna select this. But what we're gonna do, guys, is instead of doing the whole process of clicking the plus sign and going to text and writing it all in, etc., setting up the same colors and the font size, we can literally copy and paste what we've done and just change text. This makes it much easier. We're gonna go back to the previous clip of where we had stupid, this one, that's right, and make sure it's highlighted, and where the filters are at the top here, you'll see that it's got the text. What we want to do is we want to hit this icon here. It looks like 2 pieces of a paper folded. It says copy the filters. We're going to whack that, click it once. So what that's done is that's copied this whole text filter, this whole stupid, with all the elements down here that we selected and set up. It's copied it all. And then we're going to go back to our new clip here, and then we're going to click the clipboard icon, which is paste, and boom, there you go. So it's pasted literally what we just done. And all we have to do now is select this text, and it was ass, wasn't it? Right in the next piece of dialogue on your video, mine is ass in this case, and then we can pull it back here and just run it back, see what it looks like. Stupid ass. You see? And then we're gonna rinse and this is the process. You kind of get the idea of what we're doing now, and we're gonna rinse and repeat that. So we'll do the last one. Just gonna mark it out split here. That's the last word. And yeah, we're gonna click on this this clip here and use the clipboard again. Boom. And then we'll write biatch. And yeah, we'll play it back now, so it should look like ass, bitch. There you go. You might be wondering right now when you're on your clip, like, oh, why does this look like there's a line on my screen, etc. Just click off a clip that doesn't have the text filter on it. So back to your normal footage clip, for example, and then you can run it through and it should look normal for you. Stupid ass bitch. So yeah, guys, you can see how this is how the text filter can be used quite effectively alongside dialogue. I just wanted to explain also that when it comes to using text, try and make the clips as short as possible, because it makes the text more punchier. So when you're watching the video back, the shorter the clips are, that means that the shorter the text is gonna have time to flash in and out. So it's sort of like, you do want to keep it like quick. You want the text to be read sort of quick on the screen. You don't want it to be longed out and you're overlapping other dialogues. So just make sure that when you're doing it, use that zoom in feature on the audio and just only split and make cuts on the clip where you need that dialogue to be. It doesn't have to be longer. Before we move on from text, there was just one thing, because I touched on it about when you have multiple people talking. So let's, for example, we'll still use this clip for example. Imagine it was me that said stupid ass, and then you heard the guy that died was like biatch. So what we could do then is, it's the same concept of copy and paste, but you want to change the color. So all you want to do is make sure the clip's like copied, and then you go into here, you change the color. Let's say the other person was green, it changes it automatically. Now if he was to say more stuff after that, what you can do is you can just copy this filter again so it remains green, and you can redo adding the filters onto new clips, because sometimes you might keep copying and pasting it and it's blue, and then you have to keep changing it. So I guess it's just trying to help you out with your workflow, making it quicker for you. But yeah guys, you get the drift of it now. Also guys, do not be afraid to play around with text. You guys are content creators, okay? So you have to be able to bring some form of creativity to your clips. You can't look at other people's work all the time and just do what they're doing. The whole idea is to take concepts from people, but then use your flair on them, use your creativity from what you've seen, if that makes sense. So it could either, you might want to have smaller text or bigger text, or you know, you might want it to come at the side, or however you want to do it. But I do recommend that you play around with finding your own sort of feel and groove to your videos, because that will make you stand out way much more. You'll be the guy that everyone's like, oh, look at this guy's videos, it's pretty cool, I haven't seen this before. And that's what you want to try and achieve. I'm constantly always playing with new different looks and designs on text and stuff, just to see what works. But most of the time it comes with the content that I get. So depending on how my clips are and what dialogue I get in it, I will try and be creative around the clip. Right guys, all right, let's move on to your graphics. Adding graphics and using the chroma key filter within the graphics. Okay, so what I would recommend when you're starting out is use YouTube. YouTube is a great platform to find many different graphics out there. If you can't create your own off the back, then you can go to YouTube and grab a bunch of graphics. So this is how we're going to do this. So guys, what we're going to want to do is you're going to go to YouTube, and depending on what kind of graphics you're trying to achieve, you might want to have, if you're promoting YouTube, you might want to have the subscribe button popping up, or you might want to have the like button popping up, or telling people to follow you. Whatever it is, you can go to YouTube. So for this video's sake, we'll do a YouTube one. So we'll go to the search engine and we'll type YouTube green screen. There you go. And when you come to here, you're gonna have a bunch of videos, guys. You're gonna have so many, and these are videos that people have created, short little animations for you, and you can download these videos and implement them into your workflow. Now the reason why they're all on green background is because we can use the chroma key filter to remove that background. That only leaves you with the animation itself. All you do is you scrub through and you find one that you like. So for the video's sake, let's just take a look. This one here, watch it, you play it, pops up, click, boom, boom, cool. All right, so also when you are on YouTube, some of them are going to be HD and high quality. Obviously those are the ones that you want to get, so you might find a specific one that you like, but the quality of it isn't that great. So it would work if we resize it to be really small, but depending on how you want it to look on your video, that's what you're gonna, basically the result you're gonna get. If it's big, you're gonna see little pixels in it. If it's small, it might look a bit crisp. All right, so just take that in mind. Just always try and look for the videos with the highest quality. Okay, right guys, so once you've found a video that you like and you want to use on your content, it's time to download this video. Now guys, I've left a link in the description for you. This is an online video downloader. I remember when I was trying to find one, it took me so long, so make sure you save this link because it does come in handy. And once you get it, it's going to be like this, and you're going to want to copy the URL from YouTube. So let's just select this here. Oh, there we go. And then you're going to paste it into this and click download. Okay, Once we hit download, the pop-up's going to be down here. Sometimes you can click this button here, it says download without installation, and this brings up this icon, and there's the video for you guys. You click download here, it's going to give you like a little pop-up thing that will open. You close that, and here you see down here it's downloaded. All right, so now you have that in your files. It should be in your download files, and now we're going to bring that into our Shotcut, and I'm going to show you how you can use that on your footage. So we're back into Shotcut, and yet again what we're going to do is we're going to open a file, and we're going to navigate where that file is. It's right up here, and open, and you can see it's added into our Shotcut now. Excellent, brilliant. Now how are we going to get this onto our footage? So the first thing we're going to do, guys, we're going to create a new video source down here, okay, or video track. So right click down here, add video track, yes, or Control I if you're on PC. I'm going to make sure this video is above, which it is. It'll be called V2. So this is where the graphics is going to go. It's going to go above our V1 layer. Now guys, we want to know where, when or where do we want this to appear, okay? Sometimes you might want it to appear at the end of your video, sometimes at the beginning. Sometimes you have a piece of dialogue where you're speaking, you're like, yo guys, go and hit this subscribe button, or leave this like here, or follow, whatever you're saying. But that's ideally where you're going to want to put these graphics. So for this video, the clip that we're using, maybe I'll put it at the start, I guess. I'm not really saying anything to interact with it. I probably wouldn't use a YouTube subscribe button for this piece of content, but you sort of get the idea. So once you found where you want your graphics to appear, you're going to want to hold and click and drag it onto the timeline. So I wanted it at the start of my video, and voila, it goes above on the video track. Now if we select the clip, now at the moment it's on the clip that's playing, but it's just a green background. That's all you're seeing. So we want to remove that, and this is how we remove the green background. So guys, make sure the clip is selected again, and then we'll go up to filters and then click the plus sign into our videos tab, and we're going to scroll down till we see something called chroma key simple, okay, and we're going to tap that. Now when you click it, normally most of it goes away, not all of it. You can see on the edges some might be still appearing, and what we can do is we can increase this distance, and as the more we increase it, the more the green starts to fade away, okay. And then if we play it back, you'll see that it's appeared here, okay. Voila. I mean, like I said, depending on what video you've downloaded, the quality of it can be pixelated, but we can resize this now, so we can just scale it down a little bit. You might not want it that big on your footage, so I'll show you how you can do that now. I forgot to mention just before, when you play with the distance, you got to remember, guys, if you take the distance too far away, it's going to make your graphics start to disappear. So you don't want it too far up, you don't want it too far down, because it's going to start peeling back that greenness. So you want to keep it in like a good mid area, but just use your eye to gauge it, and that looks just about right. So sweet. So we're going to rescale this, and it's sort of similar to what we was doing in our first videos. So if we go to the filters and click plus, and we go back to rotate and scale, if you watch the first video, you'll know how we sort of operate with rotate and scale, but the same concept applies. So we've applied it to our clip, and we're just going to scale this down literally. So it's on this is 100%. So I might say 60%. There we go, that's a decent size. And if I do want to bring it down a bit, or if I want it centered, we're going to change the Y offset or the X offset to position it to wherever we want it. So I don't know, let's say I want it in the middle of the screen, around about here, just to fly up while the video starts. And yeah guys, boom, it's done. So if we run that back now, the video start, it will come up, show you a little subscribe button, and it will disappear. And that's sort of how you can sort of add graphics into your footage. Guys, there's many different graphics on YouTube right now to help you push your video contents out, so you make sure you're using them. There's literally no excuse why you shouldn't have this stuff on your content. And guys, it does help. People do see this, and it's not, your video just turns not just to a clip of people watching you, it turns to a marketing tool where you're sort of telling people to engage with your platform per se. So make sure you start using these in your videos, guys. It's really important. The amount of videos that I see people post, and it's just nothing like that showing. It's just showing a clip. It's not telling people that, oh, you do have a Twitch account or you do have a YouTube to go to. So just start using them, guys. Also, guys, I did want to touch on this. So if you are an iPhone user and you do have the iMovie app, this is also a great feature that you can implement in making your videos. Sometimes I'm not always at my PC, so what I have to do is I'll have clips that I will put on like a Dropbox or my Google Drive, and I have a bunch of green screen graphics on there as well. So if I'm out and about and I'm not at my PC, I can literally do the exact same edit from using iMovie. If you want to see me do a video on how I do that on iMovie, let me know in the comments. I'll definitely do that for you if you guys want to see it. But I think what I'm trying to make you understand is that I carry these graphics literally everywhere, and the same chroma key feature that we're doing here, we can do it in iMovie as well. Okay, obviously when you're in an editing program like this, there's more that you can do with it, but the basics and fundamentals are still the same within iMovie. Right, guys, so that is your second part of the basic editing guide. I hope you enjoyed that video. Just to recap on what we went over today, you should all know how you can add text now in Shotcut to your clips and how we can use it in an effective way for our content. We also learned, guys, how we can now add graphics or animated graphics to our content to help promote our platforms such as YouTube, Twitch, whatever. If you want people to get like or comment on your videos, being more engaging, using graphics to be more engaging with your audience. And also just touching on, we learned how to use chroma key, so keying out backgrounds, whether they're green backgrounds or blue backgrounds. We learned how we can take away the background so we can use that graphic or that element of the animation for our personal use. I hope you guys learned something from this video today. Guys, honestly, please start using these editing techniques in your videos. They're going to help your content upgrade to the next level where it needs to be. Alright, that's all for today. In the next episode of our basic editing guide, we're going to be touching on audio. How we can use audio, whether it's music or sound effects, to make our content more punchier. It's your boy ToonGaming, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.